Hi everyone, Lisa here from LC Designs. Sorry I was a little bit late. I don't know where the time went today. It just slipped by me. So anyway, the project sheet has uploaded, and in case you didn't know, so if you ever see the replays, all the project sheets are listed in the file sections on this group page. So you can always go back and find past ones of the project sheets to go with the replays. The replays should always be listed, but I do have a YouTube page. It's LC Designs 1. You can search it and you can find the Workshop Wednesday videos there with some others as well. So the project sheet is there. And then again, if you share my video, you know, I give out some prizes. Last week's winner was my cousin, actually, Emily Guerrero. So she won the In Bloom set, one of my favorite sets. And this week I'm going to go ahead and give out two prizes. Unfortunately, last year, I have given out a lot of sympathy cards. So I'm going to give out this Touch My Heart stamp set, two of them if you share my video. So please let me know if you share my, if you share my video, comment that you shared it so that I know you shared it. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Kay's cards. Glad you guys have joined me. I have a class that's going on right now. Well, registration is now, and it ends this Saturday, I believe, the 3rd, because of the quick turnaround, because these products are retiring. So I have it listed on my page as well. This class is $30 if you want to come and do it in person at my house, or you can order it to go, and it's going to be $8. I'll show you everything that comes in this, because you get quite a bit of product. I mainly based it around the product. So you get the 4 Seasons Floral Stamp Set. You'll get a 1/4 pack of the Flowers for Every Season Designer Series paper. This is like some gorgeous paper. I'm not doing a good job at flipping it. You will get 5 card bases of the current in colors. So you'll get 5 card bases, 5 envelopes to go with that. You're going to get a package of the Memories and More cards, so you can make your cards with. You're going to get a little pack of the Flowers for Every Season's cards and more. So these ones make the little note cards, but I believe there's like 10 in here. So you can make 10 small cards along with your other, and you get a bolt of Magenta Madness ribbon. So all this classes for all these products and everything, it's $30. Like I said, you can come to my home and do it in person, or if you want, it's available to go with just add the $8 priority shipping. But the deadline to register for this class is this Saturday, the 3rd. If you have any questions, let me know about that. Hi, Jessica. Thank you for joining. Another thing, so my make and takes for today's projects. Today's projects are all around the retiring in colors, the 2019-2021 in colors, Pretty Peacock, Rococo Rose, Terracotta Tile, Purple Posy, Seaside Spray. I think that's the 5 of them. So if you want today's make and takes, just place a $35 order in my online store using the host code that I'll show you in a bit. But if you order today, you're also going to get my Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial, the March edition. But if you wait till tomorrow, you'll get the April edition. And April, there's some little sneak peeks of the projects. I'm not sure how well I'm showing them. But the April edition is featured around Mother's Day. The March is around birthdays, so if you have a lot of birthdays. So this is with a $30 order. you get my tutorial. If you do the 35, you get the tutorial and the make and takes. Whew. So that's a lot. Hopefully I made a lot of sense to you. If you have any questions, just let me know. Let's go ahead and get started. Today I have I'm using a lot of stamps because we're going to create some of our own DSP. And again, on the project sheet, I have things that have an asterisk next to them. Those are all the products that are retiring. My craft room right now is a mess because I've pulled all my products that are retiring out of the annual catalog and the mini catalog. So I have stuff everywhere, but I want to focus on those before they're gone. These are some beautiful sets. So today's stamp set and dies is actually retiring. So let me try and flip you guys down. Our first project is going to be this card. And again, I'm focusing around the retiring in colors. So I wanted to use only the retiring colors. So for this card, we're going to use Pretty Peacock and Rococo Rose. So let me make sure, let me add some more light here. I always forget to open my curtains. And let's take this thing down so it does not move on us. And here's the host code if you want the make and takes and the tutorials. So let's start off with this stuff some of it I pre-cut because there's so many stamps. This is a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of Rococo Rose. We're going to need 2 pieces, not that. 2 pieces of 5 1/4 by 4 basic white. And then this one is going to be 4 1/8. Excuse me. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. We're just making it a an eighth bigger than the basic white because we want it to just add a little bit of color behind it. Okay, so we just want to put that little border around it. So the other one's going to go on the inside. So let's first create our own DSP. So I'm using, again, this is the stamp set that I'm using. And I'm going to use this large flower and then this and this and this. Okay, so we're going to start out with Rococo Rose. I'm sorry, I seem like I'm a mess today. I always say that. I think I'm just always a mess. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. I just kind of stamp my flowers around. You know, I like these distinctive stamps because it gives you that two-tone. This Rococo Rose looks really dark, but once it dries, it kind of lightens. And then now we're going to add the Pretty Peacock, these little things. I'm not sure what to call them, but I like how the stems stamp up so line up so perfectly. Stampin' Up always does a good job of thinking about us. I'm making a mess with my stamp. Well, I think that's good. So what I was talking about, this little stem, I see these 2 lines here. I couldn't figure out what those 2 lines are, but once you line it up, see how they go right there in between? How perfect is that? I'm trying not to stick my head in, so I'm not sure if I am lining up perfectly on the rest of these. But I was like, at first I was looking at it, kind of looked like a face, like 2 eyes. And They all line up if you stamp it correctly. This one I kind of made a boo-boo. Let's see if I could fix that. I probably, I messed it up. I should have left it. You know, try not to stick your head in the camera. Oh, now I still need the black because I'm going to use the center of the flower. Is everybody ready for Easter? Oh, I'm not putting enough ink on my stamp, I think. Is everybody going to be able to gather? Oh, that's it on that one. For Easter, it's like been so sad. Our family gatherings are just not, they're far and few for us. So there's our DSP. We're using this as a DSP. So now what I'm going to do is, you know me, I have to add Wink of Stella. So I'm just going to brush some on just the Rococo Rose flowers. And I use this so much that this one's probably dry, but I do have a backup one. I just ordered some more. I use Wink of Stella so much. I don't want to squeeze it right now because then I squeeze it and then I'll probably have way too much. So this one's a little better. Currently, I cannot see your guys' comments. I'm not sure. I'll have to look on the iPad in a minute. It wasn't loading. My internet has been so slow lately. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of getting a little frustrating when you're trying to download a lot of stuff. Like I was trying to download the worksheet yesterday and to make sure you'd have it today. And I don't know, you know, technology. So I don't know if you could see the sparkles on those flowers, but it puts a nice little touch on them. So next what we're going to do is we can go ahead and layer this on here. And I still have my snail. Oops. That's probably on its last leg. I do have the other. So we're just going to put this on here for that little tiny border. I just wanted to add some color. It's so funny when you don't want to stick your head in the camera because the camera's like right here, and if I try to lean my head in, it's gonna, I'll bump it, and then you guys will think you're feeling an earthquake. And we don't want that. We haven't had an earthquake in a while here, so we can go ahead and add this one on, and then there's just that little tiny border again. And we haven't had an earthquake in a while, so should I knock on wood? And now, so for the little strip here, it's going to be 3/4 of an inch, I think, by 4 1/4. 4 1/4. So we're going to add some of this ribbon to this piece. There's a couple of ways you can do it. What I'm going to do is I'll probably just add some glue dots to make it easier. You can tape it on the other side. You can, you know, tape it with some Scotch tape. I guess I should remove that. How many of you have this ribbon and really haven't used it? I really myself have not used it as much as I should because it's hard to tie a bow, number one, and I'm using it on every project today. And you know, when it's not the same pattern on both sides, people get intimidated because you have to tie your bows a certain way. But I decided I'm going to use it today because these are retiring as well. And I wanted to make use of what I have. I hope I'm staying on the camera for you guys. So then that's just gonna go right on there like that. Excuse me. So what we're gonna do before we adhere that, we're gonna stamp the word happy in Pretty Peacock. Just dropped my stamp in there. This color's so pretty. I like a teal color. It's a little bit dark, but I still like it. This one, we're just gonna cut it out. And gosh, I have like butterfingers today. Let me try and get your guys' comments. I don't like not being able to see your comments. Oh, what's not your favorite? The Pretty Peacock? I like, man, I wish we would come back with Tempting Turquoise. That's the kind of teal or turquoise that I like. So we're just going to cut this around, and you just move your paper and let your scissors do the cutting. There's no right or wrong way. I wish there was a die for this. I actually thought there was a die for this happy, but there's not. It's sad that this is the first time that I've pulled out this set. You know, it's a gorgeous set, and I just didn't have time. For us being home so much, I just don't know where the time goes. Like, I'm more busier than ever, and I have nothing but time. But I tell you what, pulling on my retired product, that was a whole day and a half job. You know, being a Stampin' Up demonstrator, you inherit a lot of stuff quick. Cut that off. But I'm excited for the new catalog. Tomorrow we get to do our pre-order. If you're a Stampin' Up demonstrator, get to do our pre-order. If you're not a demonstrator and you'd like to join my team's called the Lucky Charms, and we meet once a month. We've been doing it Facebook Live since the pandemic has started, but we do make and takes, we do prizes. My team gets all my tutorials for free, so like my Sweet Stampin' Friends tutorial, they don't have to make a purchase, they get it for free. So they get, every month they'll get a free tutorial. So we're gonna stamp birthday in the Pretty Peacock. And this one, we're just gonna cut it kind of close to birthday. And then just leave a little bit at each side, because then we're gonna angle it like that and like that. Yeah, so my team, we haven't gathered in so long. So this, I'm going to go ahead and use the Seal Plus because I have that ribbon behind it. And you could stick to the ribbon. Oops, it'll stick. And we're going to put this right here. And if you have any questions about joining my team, just let me know. You'll get a 20% discount. You'll be able to order all the pre-order stuff now. Well, not now, tomorrow. So, and you'll get 20% of each purchase after that. You don't have to sell. Oops, I was trying to get something that I couldn't. I'm using the minis since I kind of cut this, oops, a little bit thin. And then we're going to add a couple to here. If my nails look messed up, I did them just before I came on. Like I said, I'm always so busy. I wait till the last minute because I wanted to get them ready for Easter. So we're just going to put happy right on here like this with the dimensionals. And then birthday is going to go right below here. Oops. Well, I guess that's where it's going since it dropped. So disappointed I messed that up there. Ugh. But I did want to add a bow, but I just couldn't find the right place to put it because I like to add bows. So I made a bow, and I felt like if I put it there, it's covering up the happy. It might cover up some of the birthday. Tried tucking it under. So then I even did another, like just a little knot. I was going to put that there, but I don't know. I didn't like it. What did you guys think about adding a bow or just leaving it? So there's the two cards. Oh, what we forgot to do here is add our basic white in the inside. I always like this card is, Rococo Rose is pretty light inside for you still to write in it, but I always like to put a white card, white inside anyway. So there's project number 1. And let's get all these stamps out of the way. Like I said, I'm using these stamps over and over for the projects. My area is a mess. Okay, so let's start on project number 2. Project number 2 is this little gift bag. And I'm using the Rococo Rose foil. This is the Love You Always foil sheets. That's so pretty. But we're going to use the Rococo Rose. All of the foil sheets are retiring. I remember last time I used foil sheets. You guys could see me inside the foil. So this is going to be 10 by 6. So let's cut it here at 6. And this is a 12-inch piece, so we'll just cut off 2 inches to make it 12. Yeah, last time everybody was like, oh, I could see you inside the foil. So we're gonna score this. I have so much on my workspace. Sorry for sticking my arm in there. Try to get it out of the way. You can see my phone and everything. So on this piece, we're gonna score the long side, which is the 10-inch side, at 1/2, and then be very careful when you score this, because this can, see, I just messed it up. Oh my goodness. The foil is, actually, I should probably do it on the other side. I didn't think about that. Okay, so let's go again at 1/2. Because it kind of tears the foil. So 1/2 and then 2 1/4, 5 1/4, and 7. And then we're going to score the short side at 1 3/4. I should have did that because on my bag I messed it up. Well, this will be hidden, so that's good. But yeah, do the back side, and we could fold all these lines. This foil's so pretty, but it is very delicate. So we're going to cut this little section out here. We won't need this. I always just kind of cut mine at an angle. And then these. Now it's hard to kind of see where my lines are with the white side. My lines are not being cut straight at all. Okay. So we're going to add some tear and tape to this piece. And I don't know if you guys noticed, the tear and tape is retiring as well. Not sure why, because this is definitely good for 3D projects. It's one of your more secure adhesives. So these are all going to go in here like this, and we will make this side the front. So we'll add some more tear and tape. You like that other card without the bow? I think I did too. I'm always so used to trying to add a bow that I was like, I'm just gonna do it with no bow. We added the ribbon on the card, so that was good enough. Just trying to use up that ribbon. So this is, and then we'll put some tear and tape on this side. I'm being so delicate with this foil because I don't want to scratch it. Like I said, it's so pretty, but you have to be careful with it. Usually it's like an accent paper, but I just decided to use it as my project because I just thought it was so pretty. Okay, so that's somewhat of our, I don't know if we call this a bag or a box. It's a bag box. So now we're going to need a piece of basic white because we're going to make a lid for it, or a closure. So it's going to be 3 by 2 3/4. 2 3/4. And since I have this, we're going to score. Wait, because this is a 3-inch side. I think I put score the long side, but it's the short side that we're scoring. So we're scoring the short side at 1/2 and 1 1/2. So 1/2 and 1 1/2. I'll have to correct that on my project sheet. Okay, this is going to be our lid. But I wanted to add something fancy, so we're going to cut that with this is from the Be Mine Heart Dies. I wanted to make a fancy edge. So just put that to the edge, and we're going to cut that out real quick. So we have that little scalloped edge on it. And on this small section, we're going to add some tear and tape. And this is going to be our lid to our bag. So you can fold these first to make it a little easier. Oops. And oops. This is going to fit right inside here. And just line it up with the score line. And I try to put my tear and tape close to that score line. And then now this is just, we're going to push this in a little bit. Not all the way down, just a little bit. Because see, it's going to have this, it'll stay this wide. And it looks like that. there's no closure to this other than we're going to tie the ribbon. If you wanted to, you could put a magnet if you could find them, a Velcro dot or something. But again, I wanted to use this ribbon, so we're going to use the Rococo Rose ribbon. And that's going to hold our box closed, I hope. Just kidding. It'll work. It's just, let me see how I'm going to manage this in the camera. So kind of hold it down. I always make things look more difficult than what they are. I feel like once you get your first tie, you'll be all right. See, this is that trick about that ribbon. So we're going to fold it over so that you can see the Rococo Rose. So when you tie this over, turn this around when you're tying it so that when it comes through, you're going to have the Rococo Rose side. See? And then this will just tighten. Like I said, I'm making this way more difficult than what it is. And it's probably only because I'm on camera. So let's make these tighter. Okay, my one I did was, I can't get this ribbon tight. It's not getting tight. But that's good enough, I guess. And then just cut your ribbon. And then this one you can work to flip it around too. Just kind of twist it. So then you see the Rococo Rose side. So like I said, I made this look more difficult than what it is. If you have a person that can sit there and hold this, because you can see my ribbon's not that tight, it would work much better than what I'm doing. So, I'm being a little difficult, aren't I? So next we're going to need a oval. This is another item that's retiring. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do without these stitch shapes, but the stitch shapes are retiring. So I'm going to need a white oval. These are a staple in my my craft room. I just don't know what I'm going to do without them. Stampin' Up has to come out with some replacements. So we're gonna use that, and I should have did, I guess, maybe some of the other die cutting, but we'll just wait. So I'm gonna use Rococo Rose with the big stamp set again, but this one I'm stamping off first so that it's lighter. I'm going to use this one. This one will be full strength. Excuse me, darn allergies. And this one I'm going to stamp off. This is a small one. And then I'm going to do the big one, full strength. I try to put these on my blocks, the matching, so you know. And I go by this one because it's kind of like curved out. And then just stamp that one. I did not do the greatest, but we are going to do the die cutting on those now. So this set has so many dies to it. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use this one. And this one. And I need the little one, and we're going to need some Rococo Rose. So, I'm still using my Big Shot. I do have the Stampin' Cut, or I always call it the Stampin' Cut, the cut and emboss machine. But I like the magnetic plate on these. So then this one. And on this little flower, we're going to use a white accent, I guess we'll call it. And so now I think this one goes like this. Trying to get these ones lined up. Oops, my finger keeps moving it. Okay, so I think that's the 3 that we need there. And then plus that white accent piece. And let's take all these off. And then we're gonna need some granny apple green leaves. So I have my granny apple green. This was the only color that I used that was not in the in colors. The rest were all, you know, the in colors. The other, you'll see the other project I used Pretty Peacock for the leaves. I need 2 sets of those. And we need a Rococo Rose accent piece. This large accent piece. Do I have a little piece of Rococo Rose instead of sticking this whole thing on? I do. We need 1 of those. There's a lot of die cutting on these projects today. These flowers are gorgeous. And that's what makes the projects, is all those pretty flowers. Okay, oops, I think we're done with the die cutting. Here's our oval. And you can see I put the leaves on here. So what I did on this one is I'm using liquid glue. And first, let me show you a trick so that these pieces don't fall out. I just put a little adhesive on it. Oops, my finger stuck. To hold those pieces in place if you don't want to lose them. You know, you could take them out if you want. But I just put this little bit of adhesive on it. Not the liquid glue. Oops, I lost one because it stuck to the other one. Where'd it go? I don't even know where it went. We'll find it though. Let's see. Oh, I just lost the other one. Okay, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, so we're gonna now put some liquid glue. But that's my trick, and normally it'll work. So we're just gonna put this one over here like this, and it'll keep them on there. And the second one, these are falling out already. Now it makes me look like I was telling you guys a fib because they came out. I don't even know where that other piece went. It's a mystery. But this one, let's attach. Oh, look, here it is on my snail. I lost this one piece, but that's okay because we'll cover it up with the flower. Oh, they're sticking to me. I did not have this problem when I was doing my own, I promise. But we're going to take these leaves off, and you can use those for another project. And we'll just add some more liquid glue. I only wanted the one leaf and then the stem. And we're gonna go like this. I just messed this up. I'm messing this up. And this I should have cut. I'm just like, sorry ladies, a mess today. Excuse me. These darn allergies. My flowers are all blooming, so And it's been so windy here the last couple of days. So I'm just going to use a glue dot. Stick this one on here. Oops. We're going to use a glue dot for the white one. Pop those things out. Just this weather, it's been super nice. It's just that it's been all of a sudden windy. I'll put that one like that. So we're going to add these with dimensionals. And this big one will just go right here. So see if some of those things fall out, the flowers are going to cover them. Watch, we'll cover these ones that have fallen out. But then again, like I said, if you want them out, you can take them out. We're just going to peek it like that, and then we're going to add our little tiny one down below. And I'd like to put it and cover those, but I didn't do a good job. And then now we're going to stamp our For You in Rococo Rose. And I'm going to do this at an angle because I didn't put this in the right place like I did the other one. So there, we're going to stamp that. Now our tag is all done. And we're going to, I'm going to tie this tighter in a bit. I don't know how to, it's like not tight. That's the one thing about this ribbon. And this is going to bug me that it's not right. But anyway, so we'll go ahead and add some dimensionals here. And we're going to add our tag right there on top. Now these could be Mother's Day gifts. These can be used for Easter, whatever you want. Let me get this correct position. And we're just going to put that right on there like that. But we're not done because we're going to add some rhinestones to those flowers. So I got the big one here. Oops. The middle size one goes here. And the little one goes here. Oops. Here. So there you go. There's the second project. Wow, what a fiasco, right? I made that way more difficult than what it is just by tying a bow. But they look similar. This one's a little bit longer. You could see the front is a little bit longer than this one because I messed this one up when I was cutting it. I had my die turned the wrong way, so it's a little bit shorter, but same project, but cute gift box, bag, whatever you want to call it. So that's our second project. Now, let's get all this mess out of the way, and we'll try and start on the third project. Now, the third project is another box. Oh, this one's a box, an actual box. And again, we made our own DSP, and I tried to use all the colors. I would have liked to have used Purple Posy, but not everybody has the Purple Posy ink. I do, because being a demonstrator, I was able to order it on my pre-order, and I got it, so a lot of people don't. But so that's why I didn't use Purple Posy at all in any of the projects. So this box, I'm gonna bear with me while I clean off my stamps real quick because we're gonna use them and we're gonna use different colors this time. But yeah, if you were one of the lucky ones to get Purple Posy, I guess that's kind of perk about being a demonstrator. You know, we get the pre-orders. We get, actually, when we go to our convention, we actually get to order even before other demonstrators if you go to the convention. So there's a lot of different things. I'm a Silver Elite, so I get some extra perks by being Silver Elite. I've been a demonstrator for, this year it'll be 6 years. And I went to one card class and I got hooked. I used to always do crafting, but I went to this card class and just got hooked. And so I was like, okay, I'm in. But I was a hobby demo at first, and then I decided to go ahead and do it as a business, and I love it. I found it was a stress reliever for me. I was working full-time at the time, and just I would come home so stressed. I would go up into my craft room and then just forgot about everything that I was stressing about. So enough about me. So this box, this is going to be Seaside Spray, and we're going to cut it at 8.5 by 9.5. So I do need to open this up. 9.5. And this side is already 8.5. And then the lid is going to be basic white, and it's going to be 6 by 5. Let's go 5. Oops. Oh, I messed that one up. 6 by 5. So I might have not cut. No, that can't be right. Is it 6 by? Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm messed up. 6 by 5. That don't seem right. But maybe it is. Let me see real quick. Ugh. Okay, so this is 6. So we're gonna score it at 1 and 5. That might be right. And then the short side at 1 and 4. And then this one, we're gonna score the long side, which is the 9.5. I'm all messed up. You're going to score it at 2 3/4 and 5 3/4. Oh, no, 2 3/4 and 6 3/4. I'm having a hard time reading my own directions because I'm skipping around. So Seaside Spray, and then so the short side's at 2 3/4 and 5 3/4. I wonder if I should just get another piece of paper. Am I gonna mess you guys up if I use this one that I messed up? I know where I'm going with it, but I don't want to mess you guys up. We'll just disregard that one. So this one, I need my big scissors. We're just going to cut up these score lines. This is the bottom part of our box. And we're going to make our own DSP again. So I just put tear and tape on all 4 of these because they're all going to adhere to this section, the middle section. Usually I have my instructions written on a different piece of paper, bigger, so that I could see it. You know, my eyes are terrible. So today I didn't do that, and I'm using the instruction, my project sheet which is for you guys, but the font's a little bit smaller, and then I always get mixed up of what project I'm doing, so that's why I was looking at the wrong. I think I did the same thing last week, looking at the wrong instructions. But sorry, this would be faster with Seal Plus, but I'm using up my tear and tape since it's retiring. I always like to use it on the 3D projects anyway. So this simple box, and you could cut some of this section down if you want it to, so you don't want it so bulky, but we're just doing this super quick. So there's our box, and of course I have that score line that wasn't supposed to be there. So yeah, I guess this is right. So we're gonna make our own DSP again, and so this time we're gonna do the big flower in the Seaside Spray. So you can just put these anywhere. Again, no right or wrong. And then we're going to use the Rococo Rose again. Oops, I got a pretty peacock there. Rococo Rose. And we're going to do the smaller or medium-sized flower in Rococo Rose. And I'm going to use the terracotta tile this time. Not really a color of a flower, but nobody will ever know. I wanted to use again all the retiring colors, and this is one of them. Maybe one up here. All right, so there's all our flowers. Now we're gonna do some leaves, and here's where I told you I'm using the pretty peacock, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna stamp the first one dark, the second one light, just on the big flowers, dark and then light. Let's go dark and then light, dark and then light. I have stuff under it's picking up, oops, light. It's picking up underneath. I actually stamped that one again. Oops, and now I need the little leaves. So the little ones, we're just gonna, did I do these? I stamped off on these little ones first. Oops. Stamp off. This pretty peacock is a dark color, so I always like to stamp off before I use it. All right, that was another mess I created. So I got the ink on me. So we'll fold our score lines, and then now we can do our cutting and our adhering. And then these are pretty much the same. It's probably easier to look on the back side, so you don't have all that stamping. But I like to create my own DSP. Since this set didn't have a coordinating designer series paper, that's why I wanted to go ahead and make my own. I'm going to use the Seal Plus on this one, just so we can move along here. And then, see, I still have stuff on my sheet. That's why my stamping's not doing very well. What did I do here? You know what? I didn't score this right. Something's not going to be right here. Yeah, I didn't score this right. I'm going to have to figure this out. What I did wrong. But this is, it'll fit. But because of this, I messed up somewhere. That darn ink. But it fits. So we'll go with it. You know, we all make mistakes. So now we're going to use that the ribbon again. this time. I'll hopefully have some better luck with it. And this is the Seaside Spray. This ribbon is super pretty. It's just the fact of when you're trying to tie bows and stuff, it's a little bit hard because it's more stiff. And again, like the two sides, you know, it's not the same on both sides. So I'm trying to turn that around so we could see it. Oh, there, that bow came out a little better. And just twist this so that you get the... Could have been a little bigger, but it worked. Came out much better than the last one. So there's that. So now we're going to make our tags. But to save some time, I think I already have that one. And then we're going to do some more of the flowers. And kind of the same as we did in the last one. But you could make your flowers whatever colors you want. I kind of thinking if I do it different than the same as last time. If I had done them in Seaside Spray. Shall we try that? Let's see the... I better stick to what I did so I don't mess this all up. So I gotta wash these. I'm gonna need, I guess, this one. Oh, just pretty much, we're just gonna do one of these because I already have some of the other ones cut out. Again, just to try and save some time. So this time we're gonna do, I have stamps everywhere because I use so many. We're going to use the white accent piece. So we'll cut, there's the white accent piece, and we'll cut this one. Like this. Thank you, ladies, for having patience with me today. I'm just like, no matter how much you prepare for it, there's always things that don't go right. And I just appreciate you guys joining in and putting up with me, taking time out of your day to put up with me. So we're going to add this accent piece with the glue dot again. Let's put it right in here. Oh, there was one other piece I needed to cut, but we're gonna, I still need, yeah. We gotta do, I need a small oval, and I need here's where I did the pretty peacock, since we used the pretty peacock leaves on the Stampin' Our Own Designer Series paper. And we only need one of these this time. And let me find the white oval, this little tiny oval. That's another one of the stitch shaped dies that I'm so gonna miss. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's gonna miss these. Like I said, it's like a staple in my craft room. Whenever I need a die, I just go. Some of the punches are leaving too that make it easier when you're doing multiples. So here's our leaves. We're going to build up our I pulled this one off, I believe. Actually, I think I cut them all. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I use the glue dots. Not this one, I need this one. We're going to put it here to one side. And we're going to use this one. I did the adhesive trick on this one as well, but since it didn't work last time, I was like, okay, we'll just skip that part. And then we're going to use this one. But again, if you don't want those pieces to fall out, put some adhesive on it. And that's going to go like that. So we need our dimensionals. And we'll add some dimensionals. I like to put them on my tag, and then that's where I know where to place my flower, because we want it to kind of hang off. And then on this one, we're going to stamp For You in the Seaside Spray. And I have these already cut just to save time. We're going to use some of these little flowers. So we're going to use the mini dimensionals, on this tag. I put my tag on first, and then that way I know where to place my other flowers. So I want to put that there. So now with our minis, I only use three of these flowers. There we go. So I wanted to put one on here, one over here, and one here to fill in this empty space. So those ones I just stamped just like the others that we had done earlier. And I have a mess. So we're going to do some rhinestones again. Add the big one, and then we'll just add the little ones to the little flowers. And then we are going to punch a hole in this. But I want you guys to know, if you don't have a hole puncher this small, just use your, take your pick tool and you could poke a hole in there. Because we're going to add some, this is the snail twine, the white. We're going to add some of that. And then we're going to tie our tag onto the bow. Let's stick this piece under. But yeah, just use take your pick tool if you don't have a punch that size, and you can punch your hole. And then we're going to just tie this in a bow, if I can get it. And let's turn that down. There you go. So if you want any of these products, I would suggest that you get them now, because they will sell out, and only the stamps are guaranteed till the end of April, I believe it is. There's so many dates going on right now that I can't keep them all straight, but I believe it's April for the stamps. To the end of April, the stamps are guaranteed. If anything else sells out, that's it. So that's our third project. So there's one. There's this one. And then here's our cards. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's projects, the cards. 2. If you guys have any questions about anything, let me know. If you want to register for any of my classes, just let me know. Again, if you want the April tutorial and you want to place your order, use this host code. I mean, not for April, for March, and then I'm going to have a new one starting tomorrow for the April one. So April's tutorial is around Mother's Day. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for liking my projects. I really appreciate you guys joining me today and having patience with me on my little mishaps. I'm always having mishaps. But you guys have a great week and a happy, happy, happy Easter. I hope you're going to be able to spend some time with your families and, just enjoy some family times. I'm glad everything's somewhat getting back to normal. I will be getting my second vaccination soon. So you guys take care. Have a happy Easter, and thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.